Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It really is comical the way this federal government operates daily. Of course, this whole Project 2025 thing created quite the stir, and it created a debate on the left and the right. A lot of people on the right were saying, oh, Donald Trump doesn't have anything to do with Project 2025. Didn't you hear him at his rallies? He doesn't have anything to do with it. For all those people who said things like that, what you revealed about yourself is you don't know anything about anything. Because who wrote the Project 2025 document? The Heritage Foundation. And if you don't know who the Heritage Foundation is, they might as well be the Republican Party. They've been that way since the time of Ronald Reagan. They are the main think tank for the Republican Party, which they've been for over 40 years. So if you're sitting there going, oh, the document and they plan have for the next administration won't have anything to do with the president, it shows that literally you know nothing about nothing. Now, we already covered Project 2025 and why the document was created the day it was. We can revisit that, but here's what I want you to see. From the election to today, the day that they swear in one of the main architects of Project 2025, a member of the Heritage Foundation, notice it's 93 days after the election that he gets sworn in by the numbers with 47 dissenting votes. Don't forget the Heritage Foundation was created on the 47th day of the year. But notice in Gematria, Heritage Foundation equates to 93. And again, you learn this simple code of ABC is 1, 2, 3. You see through the ritualism that goes on every day. You see the elections are perfectly rigged. The news stories are perfectly managed. Things like this, executed to a T. It's been this way with all of these nominations as we've been covering. But again, 93 days after the election, Mr. Heritage Foundation, whose surname is Vought, which also equates to 93. And again, the difference in these two ciphers is Heritage Foundation equates to 93 when you take the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26, and you apply numerology to each letter. So H is the 8th letter, E is the 5th, R is the 18th letter of the alphabet. The numerology of 18 is 1 plus 8 is 9, I is the 9th letter, T is the 20th, 2 plus 0 is 2, and so on. Heritage Foundation, Vought, both 93 days after the election, voted in. Now, notice, he's 48 years old right now, right? 48. And today's 48 days before his upcoming birthday. Donald Trump equals 48 with the alphabetic order and numerology. The head of the Heritage Foundation is Kevin Roberts, who has the same birthday as modern Freemasonry, June 24th, the day they overturned Roe v. Wade in a big Heritage Foundation accomplishment. But notice it's 138 days before his birthday. Donald Trump, 138 like federal. Remember, Donald Trump's a good Jesuit. The Jesuit order's birthday is the day leaving 138 days left in the year, August 15th. The Heritage Foundation, conservative and religious, just like the Jesuits. The Senate confirmed Russell Vought with a vote of 53 to 47. And again, today's date numerology is 53. Religion equals 53. Christian equals 47 like Russell. Again, the Heritage Foundation created February 16th, the 47th day of the year. The Heritage Foundation will turn 52 in a little more than a week. The word president, the word government, the word authority, the word White House, they all equate to 47 and 52. Again, forwards and backwards. Gematria is based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. So all of those words equate to 47 and 52. Government, president, White House, authority, all 47 and 52. And just to remind you about a few more things with the Heritage Foundation, the document for Project 2025 was drafted on the Queen's last birthday, April 21st, 2022, the day she turned 96. And remember, Trump came out to Queen, We Are the Champions, in Cleveland at his convention in 2016, a foreshadowing of him of becoming a split-term president like Grover Cleveland. Again, split term equals 132. 2025 is 132 years since Grover Cleveland started his second term as a split-term president. 132 rooms in the White House. United States of America, 132. This country named 132 days from the establishment of the Illuminati by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. That happened in the time of the Jesuit suppression. But it was the Queen's 96th birthday. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Heritage Foundation is 96, like Freemason. Freemason also equates to 48 in light of the ritual with the 48-year-old Vought. Modern Freemasonry's birthday is June 24th. The head of the Heritage Foundation has the same birthday. Another 96 word is Satanism. Don't forget that MAGA is the highest degree of the Church of Satan, and Obama did joke on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan, April 30th, 2011, with Trump in attendance at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, that Trump would become number 45. And from the Church of Satan's birthday, April 30th, to Trump's birthday, June 14th, is 45 days. But again, here's the leader of the Heritage Foundation, born June 24th. The election was won 134 days after his birthday, and when I say won, I mean with an asterisk, because all of these things are rigged. Joe Biden became number 46 exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, when Catholic equals 46, and JFK got smoked at 46, and John F. Kennedy equals 59, like that was the 59th election. Donald Trump equals 60, like this was the 60th election. Of course, he had to sacrifice his ex-wife 60 weeks into the first Jesuit Ignatian year, 45 years after their marriage. Just to remind you about Trump being criticized for playing Queen, We Are the Champions, when he came out to speak to his audience in Cleveland back in 2016. That was 88 days after the Queen's birthday. Trump, Elizabeth, purple, all equal 88, like the Republican Party, like Masonic ritual, like George Washington, the Mason that the Masonic city D.C. is named after. Don't forget what they did to Prince after his girlfriend died the day of the 58th Grammys. Mr. Purple Rain, who had the song Black Donald Trump, he got sacrificed that year by the code. Purple Rain, Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, Secret Society, all 58 for the year that Trump won the 58th election back in 2016. And when I say won, I mean with an asterisk. Again, after announcing from the 58-story Trump Tower, the first degree of Freemasonry is the honored apprentice. Hello. The apprentice equals 211, the 47th prime, the 47th problem of Euclid studied by the Masons. Trump also equals 47. Queen of England, 58, Oprah Winfrey, who asked him in 88. And by him, I mean Trump. She asked Trump in 88 if he'd want to be president someday. She was also part of the election. Ritualism this year, having her invention with her thing with Kamala, 47 days for the election. Of course, Oprah's in the color purple. Of course, Bill and Hillary conceded in purple. When Joe and Jill left the White House this year, Jill left in purple. You pay attention, there's a lot of purple rituals with Trump. And here's what's wild about the whole purple thing. Again, don't forget that the real King James died at age 58. Trump had his convention in King James Stadium, Cleveland, after LeBron won on the real King James's birthday back in 2016. And this year, the election was on, remember the 5th of November, the day they tried to blow up King James in history. And by they, I mean the Jesuit order. Look up when the Jesuits tried to blow up King James on November 5th. Again, all these things are part of one ongoing story that's leading to history repeating itself in the U.S. Remember, the Jesuits like fireworks, and they've controlled this nation from the beginning, so why do you think we fire off fireworks really on the 4th of July? Another 4-7. Don't forget the Jesuits served the Vatican, and Vatican's another one of those 47 words, like government, authority, president, White House, Caesar. That's another 47 word. But yeah, in the King James Bible, there are 48 uses of the word purple. 48. Isn't that interesting? The real King James died at 58, Trump with the 58th election. Now this one on the day they tried to blow up King James. Just think about it. 48 uses of the color purple in the King James Bible, who was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian. But yeah, Donald Trump, 48, like Cleveland, like James. Isn't it funny how this is my post from earlier this year when we were talking about the Heritage Foundation? And now, again, all the numbers on the post just manifest. Now they swear in the Project 2025 guy after Trump was on the trail saying, "No, we don't have anything to do with Project 2025. Don't forget, Trump also equals 25, like felon, the first felon president, 25, because it's all that big of a joke. All the trials were a joke. Let's see. I thought I put it in here. Here. I want you to see that the gutting of the USAID, that was actually one of the main objectives in Project 2025. By the way, USAID stands for United States Agency for International Development. That's a big fat 201. If you don't know about 201, that is the most symbolic number of the Jesuit cabal. Again, so many 201s in the Jesuit history. They were created 201 months after Martin Luther penned the 95 Theses, their original mission to counter Martin Luther and the 95 Theses. That's why they're recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. On the day leaving 95 days left near September 27th, it has to do with why Martin Luther King Jr. was killed on the 95th day of the year and the nation's first gun control came 201 days later. It has to do with why the Jesuits were preserved by Catherine the Great with 201 Jesuit priests and why the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, is the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. Also has to do with why Prince, Mr. Purple Rain, Mr. Black Donald Trump died 201 days before the 2016 election. Also has to do with why Trump buried his ex-wife on the 201st day of the year and why Joe Biden sacrificed his son, wife, and daughter in 201 rituals. Don't forget Inauguration Day can be written 20/1, and it's the 201st day of the U.S.'s age each year when you measure from July 4th. But anyhow, this was one of the things that was targeted in the Project 2025. If you go to the document, it's pages 265 through 269, the gutting of that department. And again, just really what people should take away is they need to become less involved in their political parties and just towing the line and looking like dumbasses. Because you saw Republicans everywhere going, Trump's saying he's not part of Project 2025. And it's like, well, you must not know shit about shit, because the Heritage Foundation pretty much is the brain of the Republican Party, and it's been that way for a very long time. And if you don't know that, it shows that your political understanding is not up to snuff, okay? You know when I learned these things? When I was a teenager. You know how I learned them? From reading. That's why I don't vote in rigged selections, and I don't take sides in two wings of the same bird. I figured these things out from reading. You should try it sometime. By the way, where did I learn about this code of letters and numbers and dates? From reading. Yeah, a book written in 1926, as a matter of fact. Manly P. Hall's The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Until next time, Truth Seeker.